CES 2024 was all about artificial intelligence, AI mattress, AI companion, AI refrigerator, AI toilet, and AI absolute everything. And of course InfiRay was there as well with many new products, and they also revealed their latest AI car thermal night vision system, the NV2. And now it's here. Let's be honest, roadkills are sad. Or sometimes you don't see the car front of you advancing and behind you a huge line builds up. You maybe want to see better in badly lit road, or you sometimes have to drive in impenetrable fog, and you want to have the advantage of bypassing and avoiding all these nightmares with the help of AI and thermal imager. Then the NV2 is a must-have accessory for your car. Now let's see what's inside the box. As you can see, even in the inside of the box is nice and shiny. They went all out with the packaging design, but we are not here for the packaging. Let's see what's inside the packaging. The first thing I see here is this sleek and shiny host unit, equipped with a 3.5-inch screen. It has a nice leather handle on it. It's real leather. Just to pull up the screen. Behind the screen there is nothing special going on. The screen is nice and thin, folds very easily in and out, and it clicks in. Nice and stable, nice, well-built host unit. Now on the front we can see three buttons, the volume up, volume down, and the on and off button. That's all you need. On the front we can see there a tiny light sensor, which is going to adjust the screen brightness according to the environmental light. So when you're driving in the night, it's going to dim down the screen to don't disturb you, obviously. Under this mesh we can find a speaker. Not sure about this little thing. Appears to be a small fan that is going to cool the processor in the unit. On the back we can see a micro SD card slot. It's equipped with a 32GB SD card in this case that holds all the software and everything it needs. Also, for updating in the future, you will just have to take out the SD card, copy and paste the new software, just plug it in and it will automatically update it. So you will have plenty of updates in the future because they are listening now for customer feedbacks, and whatever most customers will want, it will be implemented in the system within the limits of the hardware, of course. Which is insane considering the very low price, especially with my channel discount, because of course this unit also have a discount through me. At the end of the video, as always, I'm going to explain how to get the discount. Now let's continue the unit. On the sides there is nothing going on. On the bottom we will find the 12-volt jack and this so-called interface. It's a high-speed data connection that will communicate with the camera via cable. Also nicely there is a notch where the cables are going to pass through, so the host unit is going to sit nicely on the surface on the dashboard. Now let's see what else is in the box. Underneath the host unit we will find the stickers. This is probably for the camera because it's the same size, and this is obviously matching the bottom, so you can just stick this on the dashboard if you want to do a permanent installation. But this has a nice anti-slippery rubber pad in the bottom, so you can do just temporary installation as well if you like. So what else we find in this treasure box? Warranty card as usual with all the information. Then we will find here a gigantic, very long cable. This is the cable I mentioned before. One side connects to the host unit, the other side connects to the camera. We will measure the length later exactly to know how long is it. Nice, strong and stable cable, very thin. So you can do pass-through installations very easily. You don't need to drill so big holes or for a permanent installation, of course. What else we have here? In this little bag we can find the power supply cable. This is also very long. This is a 12-volt car power supply cable with USB-A pass-through, so you can have phone charging. You don't need to compromise. It's a 2-in-1, and it also appears to be very long. So I'm also going to measure this in a little bit later. I'm sure we have a lot of headroom for installation. In this tiny little bag I get a lot of little accessories. These are for the installation of the number plate bracket that will house the camera, which was also of course included. I will explain to you later the installation method. These are all, and they also included a small screwdriver in case if you don't have. And of course an Allen key was also included because the screws are that type. So let's brush this away for a second. And finally we got here the camera itself. So this is an IP67, nice and heavy, made with metal, strong material. The camera itself is 256 by 192, but the AI is doing a nice heavy upscaling, but about the specifications of it later. The installation would be for the bracket, also simple. The camera unit itself goes into its slot nicely, nice and perfect fit. This is how it's going to look like from the outside. With the provided additional accessories that you have here, you make sure that the camera is not going to move. You have all the screws and everything for the installation included, very user friendly. But let's take this out for a moment. Connection with the cable, it's also fairly simple. As you can see, these have like a button here. You don't have to press that unless you want to release it. You just connect it like this. Clicks in and it stays stable. Unless you want to release, just have to press this button and then. In the other side of the host unit you will find a similar plug. In this case you use this end of the cable itself. Of course, again, just boom, click, and that's it. Very nice, very clean and easy to set up kit. Worth to mention as well that the camera itself also have a heater function. So when you're driving in a road that humidity can build up or frost can build up on the window of the camera itself, then you're just going to have to press two buttons and it's going to start heating the camera. I'm going to turn it on for a second and let's try to turn on that heater to see how it looks like. And we got a cute turn on animation. In order to turn on the heater, I have to press this button, these two buttons simultaneously for 2 seconds. Let's see what happens. Appears a small windscreen animation and you can see the thermal camera is starting to heat up. It's literally heating the lens part only. And it's quite hot for the touch. You can see that circle, that's the heating element apparently. It's specifically heating up the window area of the camera itself. I think it's going only for the heater, it's only going for 20 minutes. And then it's automatically shut down. It's enough for you to relieve the camera from ice and humidity buildup. Now if I just turn it off, same way you shut it down, as you can see the camera is returning to normal. So the heating itself is under the lens itself. Before the installation, let's take a look at the detailed specifications and what it can do. Because this is an automotive AI thermal night vision system, I cannot compare with other type of cameras like USB type of thermal cameras, because it's unique on its own category. So let's just go through quickly on the first row of specifications. The camera itself, an uncooled vanadium oxide micropolarimeter, resolution 256 by 192. But don't let that resolution to fool you, because it's using a very sophisticated algorithm to upscale that resolution to a much higher perceived resolution. Usual 12 micron fabrication technology, with a 4.5mm lens and a field of view of 40 degrees. The frame rate is 25 frames per second. It's powering itself from a DC 12V car cigarette lighter. For that the included cable is 3 meter measured. Power consumption is 6 watt and power consumption when the heater is on is 9 watt. The heater of course refers to the heating element inside the camera lens, that preventing the camera protective window from getting ice build-up, fog, or anything. So intelligent recognition, of course, thanks to the artificial intelligence built in. Now these three terms in the camera interface section might not be familiar for most people, so I'm going to leave the related links down in the description about these interface types. Also, the length of that interface cable that connects the camera with the host unit is also 5 meters, so you will have plenty of space to install it into any length of car. Operating temperature is -20 and +70. I'm sure you can probably go down even to -40 because the heating element will protect the camera itself. The camera itself is IP67 and the host unit is IP54, but the host unit will be in the car. It will never be exposed to the elements. But better watch out not to spill some drink on it. Lens protective window is a high impact resistant optic. It's very important to be strong because other cars can kick up small stones, the same type that can damage windshields as well. But the surface area on a camera window is very small, so the chance is even smaller than a little stone hitting your windshield. But of course this will not protect you from bugs impacting on the screen that you have to wash down manually, even though it will not damage it, but it can smudge the lens. Automatic heating element, of course, that I was mentioning before. The dimensions are also not important in this case. It's very small. Weight is also not important because you're not going to carry this in the hand. So this was the specification. And now let's see the installation and testing finally. First, make sure to assemble the number plate bracket with the camera together, following the instructions. Then install the number plate bracket with the camera inside it, over the number plate of course. Should be a fairly simple and easy process. Then leading the cable out through the front grille and connect it to the camera. So the cable will be going from outside through under the hood, going through here, and then on the outside. From the outside we'll enter to the passenger area. Since this is a temporary installation, it will not stay in this car, so there is no reason to drill holes or make modifications around the dashboard or somewhere here. So I'm just gonna lead the cable outside, avoiding this area. Most people will do a complete permanent installation. There is no special rule for that or user's manual for that. It's entirely up to your creativity. So all depending on car manufacturer, different models of the cars, what tools you have. If you cannot deal with that, just hire someone to do a clean installation to hide all the cables. It's a very fine and thin cable. Even if I close the door and the hood, there will be still enough space to don't compress or deform the cable during this test installation. Still plenty of space to move it around. Now let's plug in the power cable. It also glows with a nice blue light in the dark. Now if you do a permanent installation, obviously this is going to be hidden and installed under the hood. And for that I recommend this cigarette lighter adapter that clamps directly onto the battery. And it's even have its own fuse. And I will leave a link down in the description for this as well. Time to plug in the cables. It's a very easy and simple process, just clicks in and the cable comes out in that notch nicely. Same goes with the 12-volt jack, just plug it in, comes out in the notch, nice and flat. You can see it from the side. And we are ready to go. I will try to be as steady with the camera as possible, but that's not an easy task, so I place in the upper right corner the internal recording of the NV2. However, that's not recording the effects on screen, but just to give you an idea of the clarity. First thing you can immediately notice is the AI recognizing every pedestrian, every car, marking them based on their distance. Red is getting very close, yellow it's in the middle range, and green is far distance, very safe. Red of course doesn't mean immediate collision or any danger, it just means that you need to pay attention. You can also observe as pedestrians and cyclists are marked with a rainbow color instead of square or something like that, just to make a clear difference that it's a living person, which they are usually more unpredictable than a car. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see that the 256 by 192 resolution sounds low, but in practical use is absolutely not, because the AI upscale, and as you can see, the image is absolutely clear and nice. You would not say that this is 256 by 192. You also get clear audio warning when there is some possibly dangerous situation comes, like that cyclist was going left and right without being able to decide where he wants to go. The AI can perfectly and nicely recognize everything that is programmed to do so, with high precision and tracking everything very accurately. It's even letting you know that a car ahead of you is advancing, to make sure you're not keeping up the traffic by sleeping on the wheel.
Car ahead moving. Hazard.
Here's a short clip to demonstrate driving in foggy weather. Would be the same with smoke. Here the visibility is 30 meters. But even if it would be just 1 meter, the thermal camera can see right through the fog or smoke, like it would not even be there, due to the nature how thermal imagers work. You can observe as things appear on the screen long before the naked eye can see any of it. This is unmeasurably useful if you are living in a colder place where you have frequent fogs, to avoid any kind of collisions, accidents or road kills. Also, if you're driving close to a forest fire, for example, and you can't see anything, with this camera you can see right through it, like it would not even be there. I'm referring to the smoke. And here comes the nighttime driving. I'm going to leave a total of 3-4 minutes of clips so you can observe very well the nighttime driving with occasional commentaries.
Hazard.
First thing that you can immediately notice as the image quality and brightness and what you see is exactly the same as the daytime, because for a thermal camera it doesn't matter. It can see the thermal emission, not the reflection of visible light. And because of that, the visibility range and detection range is exactly the same at nighttime as in the daytime.
Hazard. Hazard.
It detected the crossing pedestrian and it warns you from a safe distance.
Hazard. Car ahead moving. Hazard. Warning. Too close. Hazard.
This cyclist was definitely a hazard.
Hazard. Hazard. Car ahead moving. Warning. Too close.
These last 3 warnings was also very precise and very accurate, considering the situation.
Car ahead moving. Hazard. Car ahead moving. Hazard.
And this was the conclusion of the nighttime driving. I think it fared absolutely well. It was working admirably in every single situation. The warnings are accurate and representing the actual danger or anything that comes. So I think this is a fantastic device. I can recommend it for everyone, especially for the price. Wow, the NV2 is really one of the coolest gadgets I have tried from InfiRay. Thanks to its AI magic, it recognizes all the dangers and everything that comes on the street. Pedestrians, autos, animals. Seeing in the darkness is absolutely no problem. The value of this product is way more than what you pay for it. Even though it's already cheap and beats other car night vision systems that cost basically 5 times more than this. Installation was very simple. Anyone can do it without any single electrical knowledge. The image quality is excellent. The device is small, fits in the palm of my hand, lightweight. If I have to rate the NV2 between 1 to 10, I will give it 10 out of 10 without any bias. The response of the system is very fast, the voice warnings are audible and easy to understand. The retail price of the NV2 is around $600, which is already a good value proposition, but with my channel discount, you get an enormous discount on this one. All you have to do is join my Discord server and send me there a private message and ask me for the details, and I will guide you through the simple process. We are doing this over 2 years now, with hundreds and hundreds of happy customers. I also created a section in my Discord channel where I can receive feedbacks from customers named NV2 feedbacks, because InfiRay want to know your opinion. They want to know what kind of features and functions you would like to see in the future in this device. As of course, as always, if anyone buys through me, I provide customer support, helping with warranty and answering any questions I'm able to answer. Link for my Discord channel is in the description. I welcome there everyone. You can always find there interesting things. I always have a download sections where you can find different downloads for softwares for other type of InfiRay cameras. If you have any question that I cannot answer, the community definitely can help you with that. It's a friendly and safe environment. So I hope you like this video. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, it would help me out a lot with the algorithm. Likes and comments are also welcome. And see you in the next one.